What's going on, guys? My name is Dominick Nicolai. If you're new to my channel, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it and consider subscribing if you do. Now, today is going to be a super cool, very, very special video because about, I don't know, like 6 months ago, I had Steven reach out to me, and Steven is now handicapped as a result of a condition that makes his immune system and his nervous system attack each other. I'll let him explain. We can roll the clip right now.
Hi Dominic, sorry to bother you with this really random video message, but my name is Steve Medina and I just wanted to send this message of extreme gratitude. About a month ago I was diagnosed with Guillain-Barre Syndrome. It's when your immune system attacks your nervous system. One day I woke up, I was a normal person, and by the end of the day I could barely stand and barely use my arms. Next day I was in the ER and I no longer could walk or use my legs or my whole body. And I just became a person dependent on people for help instead of a functional human. I can't eat or go to the bathroom or stand or walk on my own. And it was a dramatic life change. But with time, and I'm in rehab now, I should recover. But I just want to say it's been a really hard, difficult time. Extremely painful, to say the least, physically and mentally. But I just wanted to say that you have been a great source of optimism during this time. Your posts and your videos, I just watch them constantly because I look at my body a lot differently. Like, I'm being taught how to sit in a chair, how to stand up. All these things I never thought twice about are now massive tasks. And I just want to say that sometimes it can be frustrating to be stuck in a hospital bed. But sometimes I watch your videos over and over again and I'm trying to learn more of how, once I can finally stand and walk, how I can become the best version of myself. And your videos just give me that courage to fight on, because I see how much you fight on in your own life to be the best version of yourself. So thank you for this motivation. Thank you for getting me through this hard time. I appreciate it. Hopefully someday I can train with you and learn from you. But till then, I'm always cheering you on. All the best.
And when I saw this video, I was very, very taken back that my simple day-to-day actions could affect somebody that much in such a positive way. So, needless to say, I emailed him back right away and told him that I would basically love to work out with him someday, and I'm here for him when he's ready. So today is that day. It's 6 months later. I invited him to come over to my apartment complex gym, so we're gonna get a sick workout in together. So without further ado, let's get to it. Let's go meet Steven in person for the first time and have a good workout. Alright guys, so I'm just getting my breakfast in before Steven gets here, which today is polenta with avocado oil, salt and pepper, and 3 eggs, 2 egg whites with salt and pepper. So I got a couple supplements for him, some L-carnitine and some tricarb, simple carb replacement, and basically right here is an amino acid that helps you convert dietary fats to energy easier than your body otherwise would have without it. This is my girlfriend,
Hi, Steve. Nice to meet you.
So can we do like alarm or something like that? Yeah, whatever. I'll try whatever. Alright guys, so we're here. Steve made it here today. And like I said, we're about to get a cool workout. Thank you so much for coming. It's a great, honor to finally meet you in person after we've been having all the email communication and whatnot for the last 9 months, I think.
Yes.
So, needless to say, we're super excited to be here today. Also, I have just a few supplements for you because, so we got some L-carnitine there for you. A nice little shaker cup. and we got some tricarb, which is basically just like a carb replacement, something like that. So it's meant for like convenience and stuff like that. It's not to be used as like a complete substitute for like oats or rice. It's just like to add to like protein shakes or something like that. So it's like a convenient carb source for you.
Awesome,
so,
thank you.
Sorry I couldn't give you more. I'm actually low on stuff. I'm low on stuff myself right now. I literally have a package coming in like this week sometime.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get started, I'm going to give Steven a chance to tell you guys himself his story. So, Steven, tell us the deal.
So about 9 months ago in December, I woke up one morning and I was fine, and kind of throughout the day I noticed my body getting weaker, my coordination was a little off, and I like my legs would buckle and I would kind of fall over and lose my balance, and by the end of the night I completely could not move my body at all, and I had lost complete control of it. So I went to the ER, and they had no idea what it was at first. They did like every test, blood test, CAT scan, X-ray, and finally they did like a spinal fluid test. And
so what did that entail? Did they have to like stick like a syringe in? Oh
yeah,
my God.
They stick a syringe and they pull out some spinal fluid. So it looks like water. It's like clear fluid. And then they sent that to get tested, but then I met with a neurologist, and by that time my body was so weak, and he just tested my reflexes, and right away he knew what it was. And I was in the ICU. I was living in New York at the time,
right?
And so I was in the ICU for about like 18 days. Then I transferred over to a rehab center in Pomona, California, and I moved back with family. But I was an inpatient for like a month, most of January, and kind of slowly recovering. At first, I kind of, again, couldn't move my body. At least for my case of Guillain-Barre, a lot of my physical therapists have told me that's a kind of unique case for them, because most cases you regain control of your body and then strength. For me, it's been the opposite. I've been struggling, I've been gaining strength, but I've been lacking the control, gaining the control.
Right.
So my body spasmed out a lot.
That's wild. So, but like, and when it first like happened, were you able to like even have good control of your arms or anything then?
No.
So you've come a long way since the initial.
I remember getting even just trying to sit up was like a huge task. One morning I tried to do it on my own for the first time, and I sat up like too fast and too forcefully, and I couldn't do anything for the rest of the day. It like made me sick. Wow. So literally even getting up. And so like when I moved home to be with family, because I needed someone to take care of me, eating, all the normal things like eating and dressing, going to the bathroom, everything. It was like you're kind of a baby, a man-child again. Yeah. So it was a really surreal change because it happened so fast. And so now in rehab, it's sort of we're learning how to sit in a chair and stand up and tie my shoes, and you'll be surprised, like tying your shoes is like, and so what happens with Guillain-Barre is that outside protein that is like protects your nervous system is damaged.
So it can penetrate.
Yeah, it's like, it kind of like becomes like, it looks like cheese, or that's what
Swiss cheese.
Yeah. And so you're just waiting for all those holes to like repair themselves.
Okay.
So so your whole like system is kind of been rebooted. So
is it like a genetic thing or what happens?
No, so there's no clear cause for it, and they had a really, like, they gave me a really loose idea what they thought was the reason for it, which they in one blood test they found some sort of respiratory virus. They were very vague, but they believe that that virus kind of, for me, it appeared like a cold that wouldn't go away. So their theory is that that virus just overwhelmed my immune system, and since it wasn't going away, my immune system didn't know what else to fight, so it started fighting my nervous system. It just went haywire.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what it's. I've been told they believe.
Wow.
But
well,
it's really unclear.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for you that you're able to, stay so strong up this whole time, and especially initially, like you, obviously seem to be very well composed, and you seem to have your head on straight, despite the situation. So I have a lot of respect for you. Like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it helps like seeing, especially when I was in the hospital, like social media helped a lot.
Yeah.
Not being able to kind of have a window outside.
Yeah.
The meaning of it changed a lot, and so like following people like you, a lot more complex just in the biological sense.
Yeah.
So when you're seeing people like you, or like Bianca, like kind of like pushing and doing more than just what they like, really taking. Like pushing what they can do to the next level,
right?
It's really like motivating, and it really helps you kind of put things into perspective of what I accomplished and what other people do. Like everyone's fighting their own battles, and but at least I think everyone should feel a lot more content and give themselves a lot more credit. I think that's been part of this, just the gratitude, and luckily Guillain-Barre for the most part you should recover.
Yeah.
The recovery times differ for a lot of people. For me, they say at least 3 to 5 years. But it's a lot better than it was before. So I can't complain. So I'm grateful.
You're on the road to recovery, so.
We're getting there.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. It's going to be the best of your continued recovery, and I know you'll keep me up to date, that's for sure, like we have been. I can't wait to see that. So needless to say, this is not, a cheap affair. This, a condition like this comes with a lot of medical expenses, and Steven has started a GoFundMe, of which I'll be linking in the description below. So if you guys want to support Steven, support his family, and help him out with his medical bills, there will be a link in the description to his GoFundMe, and I would sincerely appreciate if you guys went and checked that out and contributed whatever you can, $1, $2, anything and everything helps. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
So guys, today we're going to be training arms, and we're going to be doing a lot of resistance band work, and maybe even a little bit of dumbbells if he's able to. Nothing too crazy, but let's get started. So I'm just going to kind of assess what your tolerance is here. There you go.
So a lot of times when I'm doing exercises, it's not even about the weight or even the form. It's more just like reminding my body that it can do this motion. And it's really about reestablishing the cues and just the reflexes and just rebuilding that vocabulary. So the body just is trying to relearn that it can bend a little bit. Yeah, and it's just.
It's like your muscles are like tensing up, trying to like resist.
Yeah.
Where like it's trying to do the opposite of what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's been the hard part.
So Now we're gonna move on from bands to machine work. Let's do it. You feel it more than the bands? Yeah. You're gonna get a pump for sure now.
Gotta catch up.
We switched to some rope work. Steven's doing awesome. Some nice rope handles. That, on the brakes. So this is really exciting for Steven because he doesn't get to do, you know, full-on like weight training and stuff like this in his physical therapy, and this is a big step for him. And so far, I'm liking this a lot more than the resistance bands that we were using because of the fact that it has that resistance band sort of tension where there's constant tension throughout the range of motion. But at the same time, the grip is a lot more, you know, conducive to his abilities as opposed to me using it on his wrist, or as opposed to him grabbing a band that's going to get all wadded up inside of the palm of his fist.
We get some picture action in. So Steven, this is basically our life. Like, we take pictures like this all the time, like have to bring the light, we're doing videos.
Ready? It almost looks like we could go up in weight. You think so? Wow. I feel like, do you feel like doing these movements is actually, you feel like you're getting stronger as we're going? Like,
Yeah.
because of the fact that, like, say that you start off, we started out working out, and you were at like 10% muscle activation. You feel like as we're going along, you're like 12%, 14%, 20%. Like,
Yeah, it's just like, I feel like I'm slowly, like the muscles slowly waking up and the muscles crack.
wow. So now we're going to move on to tricep pushdowns. So here we go. So honestly, like, what you're doing now is going to work a different part of the tricep, as opposed to like if you were to go straight down the center of your knees right there, and even like come out like right here. So like, if you want to like push up in front of you a little bit, yeah. So you could play with that a little bit. Then after you're done with that, you can come back and play with the outside a little bit, and that's going to work, you know, different.
Sensory cues is what really, for me, helps a lot. Like touch, sometimes they'll just like have they'll like whatever exercise they're doing, they'll like make sure and it feels like hand. So I know it helps me kind of, so I can focus elsewhere, and then my body still knows where to go.
Yeah. All right, guys, so after we finish up training here, we're gonna go grab some lunch, and I think me and Steven are gonna get the exact same meal. Are you okay with that? Yeah. You're good with that? That way he can see sort of like what I would eat, you know, if I'm gonna be in a sort of out to lunch scenario. just so that way he can get some insight on what the type of foods that I eat, and you know, something that he can be eating as well. Just in case.
Your right leg is doing really good.
Alright guys, so this is a really big deal for Steven because number one, he does not get to do this every day, and number two, he was obviously not able to walk like this when he was first diagnosed with this condition. So obviously he's been coming a long way over this last 9 months, which is why he's here today, because like I said, I told him we'll work out when he's ready, and today is that day. So this is pretty cool for him.
I can do that.
Thanks,
I know I could.
let's take a break.
Thanks.
So do you feel like really tired right now?
Maybe because I'm here, I feel really like hyped up, like excited.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of exciting to do things
Uh-huh.
like this. It's like when I go to pool therapy, like
Uh-huh.
I'm in the pool, so I don't feel everything, and I do a lot. And then when I get home, I'm like a vegetable. I can't.
You want some water?
Yeah.
So like this sort of like coordination that we've been slowly gaining over the last, you know, hour and a half or whatever, does this sort of thing reset to a certain degree, like the following morning? Like
It's just about, it really depends on how much I keep doing it.
yeah.
So I was at my neurologist this month. She kind of asked me, because early on, when everything started to like kind of, I guess like repair itself, I was like in a lot of really bad pain. Like it kind of felt like the inside of my body was burning. It felt like these electric, like all the currents were like, but I felt it was like really slow, and it was just like running up and down my body.
Like fibromyalgia or something like that?
I don't know, but it was just like really burning. And what the neurologist said, it was like a process of the nerves, the system starting to repair itself, and it was sort of just like all the currents that normally run through the body were kind of like reactivated.
So say that today you came in at 10%, and then we get to 20% by the end of the session. The next morning, would you say it's an accurate statement that you might wake up at like 11%, and like 11% might be your new baseline?
Yeah, it helps a lot, especially it's plateau of the movement and the reflex.
Yeah.
The range of motion. It's
Yeah.
like now I can go, instead of being here, I can go here.
And it's basically for forearms. So all we're going to do is you're going to have your forearm supported like right there, and then you're just going to go like that with a demo. Have you ever done this before?
Yeah, actually,
Oh, really?
in occupational therapy, they gave me this exercise, but we've only been using resistance bands.
Mm-hmm. We're going from a 2.5 to a 5. This is pretty heavy, so if you can't do it, I don't blame you on this one.
Let's go, Steven.
Right, okay, perfect. Let's adjust the demo over a little bit. Yep. Not set, and then we'll head to home. Now we're going to grab a little lunch. Like I said, we're here for lunch, and me and Steve,
Yeah.
me and Steve are going to get the same exact thing. So let me show you guys what we're going to get. Got our meals. We got our soy sauce. We're about to dig in. Okay. That's it. That's the workout. Had a really great time meeting you today, Steve.
Steven, you're awesome.
It's a sincere honor for you to come out here today. Thank you for making the drive. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you guys.
And again, the link to his GoFundMe will be in the description below, so be sure to check that out. Outside of that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.